everyone for being here. My name is Mackenzie. This is Beginner's Yoga Flow, and all you really need for this class is a space. If you have a mat, that's awesome. If you don't have a mat, doesn't matter. Just find a space, find some comfy clothes, and we're going to be moving for the next hour together. So, yeah. All right. So, as we're starting out, we're going to start actually on our backs today. And you can just find a nice, comfortable space or way to lay down. If you have a blanket and you want to put a blanket underneath your head, you're welcome to do that. But otherwise, just find a nice comfy space here. And you might stretch out a little bit. If your lower back is feeling a little crunchy today, you might bend your knees. You can even place a pillow underneath your knees and just lengthen your tailbone down. Just to lengthen the lower back and let it settle into the floor. Your hands can be on your belly for now if you'd like. And you might close your eyes or you might just soften your gaze and just take a few full deep breaths. And let's start with some letting go breaths if that feels good to your body. Big inhale in through the nose and exhale out the mouth with a sigh. A few more like this. Your sighs can be as loud as you'd like them to. Maybe there's a ha breath that comes through as well. You might even open your mouth and wiggle your jaw out. And with each of these exhales, invite your body to sink into the floor a little deeper. Just letting the muscles start to relax and release. If your knees are bent, you might walk your feet a little bit wider and just let your knees fall in on each other so they get to relax as well. And just invite the body to be here. Maybe the shoulders spread a little bit wider. And with your next round of exhales, invite your mind to come into this moment with your body. Sometimes, even though the body gets to settle down, the mind might be wandering around somewhere else. And if the mind feels like it's super active wandering today, you might invite the body or the mind to follow the breath. And you might place both hands on the belly. You might place one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart, just as we begin. And just feel that flow of breath coming into the body and exhaling out. Just a natural breath. Not needing to change anything. Just noticing what's here today. then start to deepen your breath right into your low belly. So you might feel one or both of your hands move up towards the ceiling. And big deep release. Move that breath down into the belly. And release. And invite that breath to start to deepen from the belly up to the middle of the lungs. And invite that breath to deepen a little further from the belly all the way up to the collarbone. And exhale from the collarbone down to the belly. Big deep breaths just continue like this. And feel that full deep inhale from the belly all the way up to the collarbone. Letting the whole torso take that breath. And then begin to release any effort with the breath here. Maybe you let it out in a sigh. And just let the breath start to breathe itself, breathing naturally. And notice that without any effort, the body knows exactly what it needs to do here. And what if not just in breath, but in everything, in any capacity, any relationship that you have with your body, it knows exactly what it's doing. And it is doing exactly what it needs to do right now. Sometimes we can get caught up in trying to control what's happening with the body. We try to push ourselves maybe too far into a yoga pose, maybe too fast. We try to control what's happening, what's coming into the body, even though we're craving something else. But what if right in this moment, your body is okay, exactly how it is, and it knows exactly what it needs to do? This morning I heard this wonderful quote by Glennon Doyle Merritt, and she said, "We cannot control and love at the same time because love implies trust." So today, as you move through your practice, can you trust that your body is communicating with you exactly what it needs? So if that means that you lie here for the rest of your practice because you're trusting that this is what your body is asking you for, that is amazing and that's wonderful. Can you really deeply listen trust that whatever your body needs, it will tell you. And if you're not yet to that point of trusting fully in your body, can you allow some space for that as well? Knowing that whatever's coming up is fine. Whatever's coming up is supposed to be here right now. And no matter what, can you send some love and compassion to where you're at with your relationship with your body? Can you send some love to your body for all the amazing things it does do? Let's take a full, deep breath together. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Awesome. On your inhale, stretch your hands out really wide. And exhale, give yourself a big hug. Walk your fingers towards your shoulder blades. Find a little rock side to side. Just rocking into the low back, rocking into the shoulders. Notice which arm is on top. Come all the way back to center. Take a nice big inhale, stretch the arms really wide. And exhale, opposite arm on top. Give yourself another big hug. Send some love through the hands. Come all the way back to center. Take a nice big inhale, stretch out nice and wide. Pull the knees in towards the chest. Hug those into the chest. Maybe lift your head. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Beautiful. And then stretch. Bring it all the way down. Stretch the feet out nice and long. Stretch the arms out nice and long. And stretch the body from the fingers all the way to the toes. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Awesome. Another inhale. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Another inhale. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Bend the knees, walk the feet back up towards the hips. And you'll pull the knees in towards the chest. Hold on behind the knees here. This might feel good for you, and this might feel a little not good for you. And just choose your own adventure. If it feels good, you can find a little spinal rock forward and back, giving your spine a little love this morning. If this does not feel good, please just take your time to come up to a seated position by coming over to your side and then making your way all the way up. Awesome. Bring yourself all the way back up. Give your spine a little lengthening. Roll the shoulders up and back no matter where you are. Full deep breath. Awesome. And with the feet out in front of you, hands can come behind. You'll start to rock your knees side to side. And let your hips start to open up a little bit here. Excellent. And then bring the soles of the feet together. You can slide any lovely real estate in the back, back behind you, so you're more up on your sits bones. And you can bring the soles of the feet together. Take a nice big inhale, lengthen your spine nice and long, and exhale, fold forward towards the feet. And while you're down at your feet and you're finding this nice stretch into your hips, maybe a stretch into your back, give your feet a little love and find a little massage into the bottom of the feet, just with the thumbs There's so many wonderful pressure points at the bottom of your feet. It's nice to give them a little attention. And the more that you can do this, the better. We're going, and then pull the toes back just a little to stretch the soles of the feet. Awesome, come all the way back to center. Take one more inhale, lengthen the spine again, and exhale, lean it forward. Walk the hands forward. You can tent the fingers at the end. Full deep breath. Awesome, walk the hands back towards the feet. Press into the feet to rise up nice and tall. Shoulders roll up and back. Full deep breath. Awesome. Bring the knees back together. And then we're going to come over onto hands and knees here. So if your knees don't feel super happy on a bare floor, you can place a blanket underneath the knees here. And if this doesn't feel wonderful for your wrists either, I know sometimes it doesn't, you can come onto knuckles and really press the floor away the same way. Awesome. We're going to find a little side movement, just side to side with the hips. Big deep breath. Just kind of waving out the spine here. And come all the way back to center. Tap the toes on the ground. Just to wake up the tops of the feet. And then tuck the toes under. Send the hips back towards the heels. Just find a nice, juicy stretch with the soles of the feet here. Full deep breath. Nice full deep breaths today. Come all the way back to center. Your grip through your fingers here. On your inhale, round your back. Start to move your weight forward into your hands. And then exhale, drop the belly down, send the hips back towards the heels. Big inhale, roll it up. And exhale, roll it back. If your breath is moving in a different way this morning, just let it move however it would like to. Your body knows best. Couple more here. Excellent. The next time you roll forward, walk the hands forward just a touch, and nice and slowly make your way up to downward dog. So you can pedal the feet here, readjust your hands or your feet as feels good. Just starting to stretch out the backs of the legs. Nice and slow, full breath. Excellent, and nice and gentle with yourself. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Take a nice big inhale, lengthen your spine. Nice and long, and then exhale, fold forward, bend the knees. Maybe grab onto opposite elbows, and you can find a little movement side to side here. Full deep breath. Excellent. Come all the way back to center. Generous bend in the knees. Let the arms be really heavy. Roll yourself up. Your spine, nice and slow. So this should feel really nice. You might notice the energy shift with the head as you come up. Nice full deep breath. Take a deep breath into that space. Awesome, and just stay with this transition, trusting that the body will get you back into balance, into alignment. Big full breath. Beautiful. Press the soles of the feet down. press the spine really high. Press the fingertips or stretch the fingertips towards the ground, shoulders away from the ears. On your inhale, hands raise high. Nice long spine. Exhale, start to fold forward. Beautiful. Big inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, let your tail wag one more time. Awesome. Come all the way back to center. Hands are going to come down to the mat. Wherever, however much you need to bend your knees to get there, go ahead and do so. And then step back with both feet. And you can come into a full plank position. You might come down onto your knees. Find what feels good for you today. Take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, just start to lower down onto your belly. So my elbows are staying nice and close here. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. On your next inhale, just lift the head and the chest. Bring the shoulders down away from the ears, lifting the baby cobra. And exhale, fold back down. Tuck the toes under. You'll press up through tabletop. And nice and slowly send the hips back to child's pose. Maybe walk your knees a little bit wider. Big toes come together. Feel a nice stretch under the arms. So keep the arms really active here. You might even tent the fingers so you feel a stretch along the underarms. On your inhale, roll yourself forward. Tuck, bring the knees a little bit further back together. Tuck the toes under. Send the hips up and back to downward dog. Pedal the feet once again. Full deep breath. Beautiful. Look forward towards your hands. Step or walk your way forward towards your half fold at the front of your mat. Big inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. Palms come together at the top. Bend the elbows. Send the heart forward. Full deep breath. Beautiful. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, fold forward. Big inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Hands come down to the mat. Step back with both feet into plank pose. Your choice. Knees down or knees up. Take a big inhale. Press the floor away. Exhale onto your belly. Squeeze the elbows together. Inhale to a baby cobra. Exhale down. Tuck the toes under. And slowly press up through tabletop and back to your child's pose. Keep the arms active just like we did before. Full breath. Awesome. Grip through the fingers. Look towards the front of your mat. Pull yourself up through that tabletop and back up to downward dog. So with down dog, bend your knees as much as you need to. It's less about your heels getting to the floor, more about your pressing away with your hands. So my hips are really high here. My back is straight. I don't need my legs to be straight. Just pressing away. Full breath. Look forward towards the front of your mat. Walk or step all the way here into a half fold. Nice big inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way high. Palms come together. Open the heart. Big full breath. Beautiful. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. One more here. Big inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. exhale, fold. Hands come down to the mat. Remember, bend your knees as much as you need to get there. Step back with both feet. Your version of plank pose, whatever feels good to your body today. Big inhale, press the floor away. Exhale, onto your belly. Elbows come in nice and close. Inhale, baby cobra, or lift a little bit higher into a full cobra. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Tuck the toes under, come up through tabletop, and back to your child's pose. Arms are active, full breath. Look forward towards the hands, grip through the fingers, roll yourself up, tuck the toes, and up and back to downward dog. Pedal the feet here, and just take a moment to explore your down dog. Maybe walk your feet a little bit further away, see what that feels like. Maybe walk your feet a little closer together, and see if you can find your like Goldilocks middle, your this is just right downward dog, where your feet like to be or feel comfortable. Full deep breath here. Look forward towards the front of your mat. Nice and slowly, take a little walk all the way up to the front of your mat. Bend your knees. Take a big inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Awesome. Bend your knees and let your tail wag. Hands are heavy. Head is heavy. Come all the way back to center. Nice big inhale. Roll it up nice and slow. Shoulders roll up and back. Beautiful. Full deep breath. Roll the shoulders a couple more times here. Maybe find some of those letting go breaths or ha breaths. Ha. One more time. Shake out the hands. Awesome. If your wrists are feeling that, you can squeeze into your wrists a little bit here just to release them. We're gonna come sideways in your space or on your mat and just walk your feet out nice and wide. The outsides of your feet are going to parallel with each other. Excellent. So right here where your hip crease is, yep. I'm like, yes, hip crease. So my mouth knows what it's saying, right? I have to trust that it knows what it's saying. So right at my hip crease, this is where I'm gonna fold from. Sometimes we fold from the waist, like this. I wanna fold from my hip crease, right? So my spine stays really long here. So you might not be as wide as my legs are. You might be a little closer together. Find what feels comfortable to you. And you can even have a chair in front of you if you like a little extra support, or some blocks or some stacked books if you'd like. Your fingers are going to come right to your hip crease. You'll take a nice big inhale, lengthen your spine really tall, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Awesome. And then send the hips back just a little. Start to fold forward from that hip crease. Little bit of a bend in the knees too. Big deep breath. And then nice and slowly, you might start to make your way down towards the floor. So once again, this might look like being on a chair. You might have some props here, but wherever you are, bend your knees side to side, just stretching out the inner thighs. And if you change your mind at any point and notice that you'd like to change your stance or change something about where you're at, or even come out of the pose completely, please do so. And come all the way back to center. Take a nice big inhale, lengthen the spine, almost like a half lift here. And exhale, fold forward a little bit more. Full deep breath. And let your legs really hold you. Let the torso and the head and the arms be really soft here. Full deep breath. Trusting that your body will keep you upright. Maybe you even play with looking through your legs, looking at the different perspective. Maybe you play with closing your eyes and just trusting that the body will hold you. Take another full deep breath here. Beautiful. Press the fingers into the floor. Rise up halfway. Big full breath here. One more. Beautiful. Keep that length in your spine. Pull in the lower belly. Walk your hands up to your hips. And then nice and slowly lift yourself all the way up. Big deep breath. Notice that energy shift, right? So my blood is in my head and I can start to feel the energy move back down. Big deep breaths into that space. Know that what is here and what is happening is supposed to happen. Full breath. Can you allow the body some time, some space to do what it needs to do? Hands can come behind you. Interlace the fingers or just send the hands straight back and squeeze the shoulder blades, open up the heart. Full breath. One more. Awesome. Release the hands, stretch them out really wide. Stretch the fingers wide. Full 5-pointed star, full deep breath. One more here. Awesome. Give yourself a big hug. Walk the fingers towards the shoulder blades. Bend through the knees a little and then lean forward. Find a little rock side to side. Send some love through your hands. I see you, body. I love you. Thank you for all that you've offered. Come all the way back to center. Notice which arm is on top. On your inhale, press through your feet. Rise up, arms stretch, 5-pointed star. And exhale, opposite arm on top. Give yourself a big hug. Lean it forward. Find a little rock, bending the knees. Big deep breaths. Come all the way back to center. Nice big inhale. Open up, 5-pointed star. And exhale. Release the hands down. Heel toe the feet together. Coming all the way back to center. Feet can be right underneath the hips here. Hands down to the sides. Take a nice big inhale, stretch up high. And exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. And then find a little wag of the tail side to side. Come all the way back to center. Roll up your spine nice and slow. Shoulders roll up and back. Awesome. Big inhale, hands lift. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Walk the hands over to the outside of one foot. Stretching the side body. Come all the way back to center and over to the opposite side. And come all the way back to center. Take a big inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold down, hands come down to the mat, bend your knees and come all the way down to a seat. Doesn't matter how you get here. Do whatever you need to do. Hands can come right back behind you and then let the knees fall side to side. Big deep breaths. Excellent. Make your way all the way back to center. Soles of the feet come together. Remember, you to feel free to move your real estate. Remember also, I love calling it real estate because in real estate, the more property you have, the more value, right? Since we're talking about our body real estate here, honor all the soft parts and the good parts. Take a big inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Full deep breaths. Give your feet a little more love maybe while you're down here. Nice little squeezes up and down and along the toes. Take another inhale, stretch it up nice and tall. Stretch the left leg out to the side. Right foot comes in. You can find a little twist over towards the leg. Take a big inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold it forward. If you would like, you can bend the knee a little bit here and just relax the foot. You might even prop your hands under the knee. Full deep breath. One more here. Excellent. And on your inhale, press into the floor, rise all the way back up. Left hand's going to come back behind your hip. Right hand's going to circle around to the left thigh. Take a big inhale, press strong through your hands, and then twist a little deeper, looking over the left shoulder. Full breath here. One more. Excellent. Start to untwist. Nice and slow. Beautiful. Switch legs. Right leg comes out nice and long, and left leg pulls in. Twist just a little bit, turning the center of the chest towards the knee. Take a big inhale, lengthen, and exhale, start to fold forward. Maybe bend this knee, maybe even support it with the hands to find that little bend. Full deep breath. One more. Awesome. On your inhale, press into the floor, rise up nice and tall. Right hand's going to come behind you. Left hand to your right thigh. Big inhale, press tall, and exhale, twist. Full breath. One more. Awesome. Come all the way back to center. Bring both of the feet in front of you. And then find a little movement side to side with the knees. Come all the way back to center. And then once again, if it feels good for you to find that spinal rock with the hands behind the knees, up and down a few times, you can find that rock. If it would feel better for you to just release all the way down to the floor, then find that release all the way down. Take another full deep breath when you get down here. One more. Excellent. Walk the feet nice and wide and let the knees come side to side in a little windshield wiper. Maybe the hands are on the body, maybe they're out to the side. And make your way back to center. Pull the knees in towards the chest. And either find a little side to side rocking with the knees or bring the knees around in a circle. Just massaging the low back. And the opposite direction. Come all the way back to center. Bring the arms out into a T along the floor, or into cactus arms if you're in a smaller space. And you just let the knees fall over to the left side. Big full deep breath here. You can look up towards the ceiling or over the right shoulder. Find what feels good to you. Big deep breaths. And if it doesn't feel good to have your knees this bent, feel free to stretch them out. We're more looking for the twist in the spine here, not that the knees need to be close to the chest or the arm or anything. We want the body to be nice and relaxed while we're finding this twist. So find whatever feels good to you. On your next inhale, nice and slowly bring the knees back through center. And exhale over to the opposite side. Knees fall over. Maybe you look up towards the ceiling, maybe over the opposite shoulder. Again, stretch the feet out to whatever feels good, wherever you can let the knees and the feet come down to the floor and relax. Big deep breath. And on your inhale, bring it all the way back up through center. Pull the knees back in towards the chest and find a movement side to side. Excellent. Come all the way back. Hold on to the right knee, stretch the left knee out nice and long along the floor, or the left leg, I should say, not the knee. The left leg all the way along the floor, and just let the left leg come all the way down. Pull the right knee in towards the chest, find a little movement side to side. This should feel nice for the hip, like a little bit of a stretch. Nice for the glute or the bum. And it's also a nice massage for the organs. Come all the way back to center. And then let the right leg stretch all the way out. And then pull the left leg in. Interlace the fingers and find a little movement. Massaging the organs, letting the hip release a little. Stretch everything out really long. Stretch the hands up really long. And then stretch from the fingers all the way to the toes. Big inhale. Exhale, release. 2 more. Big inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. 1 more. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Bring the hands out to the sides. Stretch the fingers wide. And exhale. Give yourself a big hug. Walk the fingers towards the shoulder blades. Find a little bit of movement. Massaging in between the shoulder blades. And send some love through the hands. Whatever love that you can give to trust your body a little more. Notice which arm is on top. Come all the way back to center. Nice big inhale, stretch wide. Exhale, opposite arm on top. Walk the fingers towards the shoulder blades. Beautiful. Full deep breath. Come all the way back to center. Stretch out nice and wide. And then release everything down. Take a full deep breath here. Beautiful. If there's anything else that your body's asking you before you come into Shavasana, before you come into your relaxation, take a moment to find that movement. If not, you can start to make your way into a comfortable position. If this doesn't feel good for you, you might even place a hand on the belly or both hands on the belly, a hand on the heart or somewhere on the body. This might feel uncomfortable to you. Place your hands wherever feels good. And let's just start with some letting go breaths. Big inhales through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Big deep breaths. Big inhales through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more. Invite the hips to sink in. Legs release all the way down to the toes. Shoulders spread wide. Arms heavy. Let your jaw relax so the teeth part in the back. Soften the skin around the eyes and the forehead. And let go of any effort with the breath. begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And stretch anywhere that would feel really good. Begin to bend your knees just nice and slowly. And make your way over to one side, pausing there for a moment. Nice and gently press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And you can keep the eyes closed or low for now. And make your way back to those full, deep inhales all the way down into the belly. And letting your breath expand over the next few breaths. As you make your way into the rest of your day, you might choose to bring our intention with you, noticing the places where you can trust your body a little bit more. And find some love and compassion and non-judgment for anything that your body's asking you for, any feeling or thing that you're hearing from your body that it needs, even if it needs a lot more sleep, a lot more rest, maybe some carbs, that's okay. And knowing that that we can only love when we trust. Control and love cannot happen in the same place. Let's take a big, full, deep breath together. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. You can bring your hands together at heart center and offer yourself, your body, your mind, your heart, and namaste, honoring the wonderfulness that is you, every single inch, every single piece, every single big heart, big love, all the big love that you have. Namaste. And namaste to you, friends. Thank you so much for joining me for some movement today. Once again, I'm Mackenzie, and we will have a beginners yoga flow every Friday at 11 a.m. for the time being on Facebook Live. All the videos are also uploaded onto YouTube. Mondays, gentle chair yoga at 11 Eastern Standard Time, and Wednesdays Pilates also on Facebook. So all of those things are on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. Please take care of your body. Please be healthy, and sending you so much big love. Namaste to you. Mwah. Thank you.